Hello, I'm Dr Gareth Moore and I'm a puzzle and brain training author. In fact, I've written hundreds of puzzle books, but in this video I won't be writing any puzzles, I'm going to be solving them along with...
Laura! That's me.
And in particular in this video we're going to be having a look at this, which is the Escape Room the Game Family Edition box, and of which there are 3 games inside. And in particular we're going to be looking at the first one in the set, which is the Magic Monkey.
Magic Monkey, love that.
Now these are available in different boxed versions, and sometimes they're not in boxes even, I think in different countries, but this is how it's sold here in Britain.
Fun.
So I thought we'd have a look at this one first. It's the first time we're solving one of these games on the camera from this series, and they all involve this, a chrono decoder, which is a huge piece of plastic into which you insert keys in these slots at the front to see whether you've correctly solved each puzzle.
So I've never solved one of these before, but Gareth has. So he is au fait with how the different mechanisms work, but
yes.
I am not. So we're all going to learn together. What
They
fun.
involve these keys. So here are the 6 different types of key that you get.
Oh, so there's symbols at the top.
There are quite a few things going on.
Yeah,
each one.
there's a lot going on. Let's point.
Each one has a Roman numeral at the top. Each one has a different shape. Each one has a different arrow pointing different ways. Oh. Each one has a different, like, mountainous horizon type thing, straighted symbol. Each one has a different letter, and each one has a different number.
Shaped bottom.
So those are the different things that vary. Oh, and also these dots move around the outside.
Oh, so much to unpack.
Yes, and obviously the 3 is the same as a 4 if you turn it over. Because they are, I mean, look at the numbers. Because they are, so there's only a certain number of types of key. These ones, obviously, that are symmetrical, don't change and turn them over, but these are the same back and front, and same here, back and front.
Wow, my mind's
So I can
blown.
just flip this over, but that's irrelevant.
Okay.
And then there are loads of keys, so you can create the combinations you want to solve the puzzle.
Wild.
Yeah.
I hope this is all making sense for you at home.
Well, let's just get cracking on. So this is the first part of the game, the Magic Monkey. And in particular it says, do not open before you've read the story. Here's the story.
Okay.
And these are the things we've got to find inside, the contents.
Fun.
Part 1, the detention class. With a pale face, Natalie Who's Natalie?
Who's Natalie?
We don't know who Natalie is. Shall we look on the box to see what it says?
Yeah, it says, 1 year ago, I feel like this is the context that we need. 1 year ago, your friend Natalie disappeared into thin air. During Mr. Collins's maths class, actually says math class here, but we're British, you suddenly have a strange dream about her and a mysterious monkey statue. Maybe finding that statue would help you solve the mystery behind Natalie's disappearance. First, you have to escape detention.
With a pale face, Natalie stumbles through a dense and rugged jungle. Falling over, she finally comes to a halt and, before she loses consciousness, she mumbles, "Oh, what a mess have I gotten myself into this time. If only I had never bought that cursed monkey statue."
Oh, honestly, if I had £1 for every time I wished I hadn't bought that cursed monkey statue. Okay, I assume this is all going to explain what's going on here. I feel like we're in a dream sequence.
I don't feel we need to
Are we all in a dream sequence?
I don't feel we need to read all of this on camera. It basically says that you're in detention, you've dozed off and you realise your friend's disappeared and she's taken a monkey statue.
And we've got to escape from detention and then find the monkey statue to get her back.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just one tiny problem, one of you adds. That statue is probably still in Natalie's old room. The new owner of her old home is planning to destroy it in exactly 1 hour from now. Very specific.
Absolutely wild that they've got that information.
That means we have 1 hour to escape from detention, sneak into Natalie's old room, find the monkey statue and solve the mystery. Oof.
Oof. Mr. Collins cuts off your conversation and separates you all. Detention has started. Behind you, you hear someone coughing. It's Casper. He hands you a note that looks like his math homework. It is signed, "You owe me, Casper, the Detention King."
So, this is the chrono decoder, and let's zoom back out.
Let's zoom out. It's quite big, isn't it?
It's massive, and it's obviously mostly air. Interestingly, it has on it certain codes.
Fun.
Which you might need to use to solve puzzles. But usually it has this symbol, it has an ER symbol when you need to use any of the codes that are on it to decode. And although it looks like it's got wheels and fun things on it, it's all static. Nothing on it moves or reacts in any way, apart from the fact you can put these keys into these slots.
And this is battery operated.
It's battery operated, so we have to turn it on.
And then, when you do...
It has a countdown timer for 60. I realise it doesn't show up on camera very well. You can see it here.
Oh, you can see it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I press start, it starts making a noise.
It's
Can you
making
hear
noises.
that? Can you hear that noise? I'll put it on my mic. Anyway, it makes little jungly sounds.
Atmospheric noise.
Atmospheric noise.
Are we in the jungle in detention?
Well, I think we're now going to jump into her life and help her. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, there's a timer counting down. And every so often it'll beep, meaning you can take one of the hint cards the game comes with. They look like this. but they are written with red all over them.
Oh.
So to read them, you have to put them through a little decoder.
Love it.
And so the idea is they're released when the countdown gets to certain points.
Okay.
If you are getting stuck.
If you're stuck.
But I mean, in my experience, sometimes it's taking you the full first 5 minutes to have a look at what's in the envelope.
To see what's there. Or perhaps you've been chattering.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You never know.
We're going to be chattering away, which will slow us down.
We are, but it does make for a more fun video for you guys. So
that's everything in the envelope.
Okay.
Right, and so we're expecting a classroom, which I think will probably be this.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's so cool.
And an evacuation map, which is it this probably? Or this? This is escape plan on the back. A class schedule and a note from the detention kin. Okay, so right. This is the class schedule.
Okay.
This is the note from the detention kin, I think.
Because it's been drawn on.
And this is the evacuation map, I guess.
Okay.
So from this, we are supposed to we're supposed to find 4 keys and an order and put them into the decoder by pushing them into the slots here. And if they're correct, all 4 keys, it will make a nice noise. And if not, I think you lose a minute of time.
Oh no! Are we about to lose a minute?
Well, I don't know. Maybe
in the name of science.
See if.
Oh,
yeah, I lost a minute. I don't think you can see that. It went from 58.5 minutes to 57.5 minutes.
What if we were right?
Well, it will go bing.
I know, but can you imagine if we just did it out of
That would be really annoying.
It would be a short video.
It would be a short video.
We'd have to pretend we hadn't seen it.
Right, so
Right.
there's quite a lot to unpick here, isn't there?
Okay.
So first of all, there's a room.
Let's have a look.
What's going on in this room?
Also, this is for families, isn't it?
This is aimed at families, so you'd think it would be straightforward.
Right. Oh, we famous
said
last
family
words
on the
though.
box.
We always say this should be really straightforward, and then an hour and a half later, we're like, that missing
Yes.
piece that we forgot about.
Okay, so look, you
Anyway.
can get out the room. You have permission to go to the bathroom if you can solve my riddle. Ha ha. I am full of holes, yet I can still hold water. What am I?
A sponge.
Ah, okay, a sponge. Oh, there's a sponge here.
There's a sponge there.
And it's got maybe a circle on
It does have a circle on it.
Do you think that's... Let's have a closer look. This is the sponge.
There is a sponge.
So how does that select one of the keys?
Maybe the one with a circle on.
Or maybe one with a... Is the circle just part of the sponge? Maybe a There isn't a rectangular one, is there? There wasn't a rectangle. There were circles and triangles.
Circles. There's
and
a parallelogram.
There are
Love that word.
parallelograms.
And there is a square.
Oh, there's a square. I'm talking now just about the slots at the top.
There we go.
Because there are with the shapes on them as well. Oh no, maybe there aren't.
Okay. So a sponge. Look out for a
So
sponge.
I think the sponge is whatever we put in the first slot.
Why do we
and
know it's
then-
first?
I don't know it's first for sure.
Okay. They've got to be in a specific order.
Well, I don't think there's 4 keys for sponges. We haven't used all. We have to use all the other stuff.
Right.
Um,
So there's no clues.
Well, we're not in room 109, and we
Yeah.
have a map of the building.
Yeah, we do.
So we are. Oh, it says you
It
are
says
here.
you are here. Okay.
And
It's the same as the thing on the wall, isn't it?
yes, to
the
escape
right.
the building, we need to come out here, or here, or here. And by the way, if you're wondering, this print symbol means that once you might use this up when you solve the game, you might write on it, and therefore you can print it again yourself. I think they
that's
can buy
nice.
downloads. And on the back of this is nothing. Fine. So there's a map of the building, and we can plot a route. And I would not be at all surprised if we end up drawing a line from here to somewhere that looks like one of the symbols on one of the keys.
Ooh, love that. Okay.
And so I guess then we can start to build a story. So the first thing we do is we leave the room with the sponge, and then at some point we follow a route. So we know we can be fairly sure that the key corresponding to the sponge will go before the route out of the building.
Oh,
And now that symbol means we can take a hint.
Ooh.
That sound, if you heard it, means we can take a hint. But we
Fine.
won't do that yet.
Oh, we're not doing that. Okay.
Well, we're not stuck, are we?
No, that's true. So it doesn't mean you have to. So it doesn't reveal anything you don't already.
No,
you wouldn't-
It gives you a hint. It tells you stuff you will have to work out.
Right, but you don't have to take it.
No, but you.
Nice.
Well, I mean, the idea is that if you've ever done a physical escape room, they tend to give you hints, even if you tell them not to.
Oh, really?
Because they want you to finish in an hour.
Okay.
So you have the experience.
I see.
And so it's designed in the same way, so you would finish in an hour if you take the hints.
So we should stop yakking then.
Yeah. And then we've got this picture here of like a sorcerer or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've only seen that he's got really small eyes. I thought these bits, which are actually a moustache, were his eyes, and therefore that he was more of a monster.
Oh, yeah, I actually thought the same.
Yeah. Anyway, good to know.
It has lots of writing on the back, which is very
Gosh,
small.
it is
What
small,
does that
isn't
say?
it? Oh, that's mini.
Fold. Wait.
Hang
So
on
this
a
is
minute.
upside down, but it says fold something something. It says into plan something some number, a paper,
Plain
a paper. Oh yeah, it's plain upside down.
and backwards.
So what does this actually say here?
Backwards.
Fold into plan.
Fold the plan into a paper plane.
Backwards. Fold the plan into a paper plane and throw it towards your friends. Okay, fine.
Nice. Make sure that you have
permission to go to the
toilet.
So this is giving us an order. Look, 1. So here's the four keys we need, right?
Okay.
1 is this paper plane.
Okay.
2 is the sponge, presumably.
Right.
Then 3, that's steel. So steel upside down. The key to the dean's office from the janitor. Enter the dean's office and call for me, Collins. Using the intercom.
Call for Mr. Collins.
Call for Mr. Collins using the intercom.
Right.
The rest of you... What's that say?
Flee.
The rest of you, thank you, flee from the school as soon as Mr. Collins makes his way towards the dean's office. Draw the shortest escape route.
So that'll be on the evacuation map.
Be careful. Do not walk past doors belonging to classrooms. Okay. That still have classes.
Okay.
You owe me Casper the Detention Kit.
Okay, fun.
And then we can fold this into
so
paper
that's our
aeroplane
order.
by following the fold numbers, right?
Yeah.
So classrooms that still have classes.
But we've got a timetable.
Oh my goodness. So we have a
easy
zoom back
peasy.
out.
We're smashing this. Do you know, I always say we're smashing this and then inevitably...
So here's a picture of Mr. Collins, the janitor.
No, Mr. Collins is our teacher, no?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to summon him over the intercom, presumably to distract him from
I'm
what's going
very
on.
confused.
Well, it's quite hard to actually take in the meaning of everything because we were
Dean's
reading the
office.
words backwards.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Anyway, enter the dean's office and call for Mr. Collins. Oh, I see. He's Mr. Collins, is he? How did you know that?
Who's Mr. Collins?
There's Mr. Collins in the room.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Because he's the guy who's holding detention. They told us on the envelope.
Okay. Right. So yeah,
Okay.
we've got a picture of the keys in his office.
Okay, fun. Ah, they have all got symbols on, like the keys that we're using.
Oh, they do.
Gosh,
Look,
they're
they are
absolutely
tiny. I didn't even
minuscule.
notice that. In fact, it's so fuzzy when you zoom in.
Yeah. Maybe that's not important.
No, it's definitely important because
okay.
they match the pictures on the keys,
do,
don't they?
yeah, that's what I
that's
mean.
not a coincidence.
Okay.
Is it? And then so
What,
here's the
fun,
timetable.
and
We
then
need to know what time it
timetable.
is. So right now, it is
3:15. 3:10.
yeah, it's about 8 minutes past.
Why are we
3.
so bad at the time? I remember we did an exit
Speak
the
for
game
yourself.
box. No, there's video evidence of it somewhere. I think it was the Sinister Mansion, and we were trying to read a clock, and we both kept reading it backwards.
So it's this bottom row here.
Okay, fine.
So there are people in rooms. So I presume it's everywhere there's something written. There's people in rooms 101.
Yeah.
So let's shade the ones we don't want to go by. 102. I'm just reading down the time here
Yeah.
and the column here because there's no 3 o'clock in the morning here, so it must be 3 o'clock in the
No,
afternoon.
that would be harsh.
102.
102, 103,
103 in the gym.
and then it skips all the way over to 109,
Yes, you're right. 109.
which may be
Where we
nearby.
are.
Yeah, you're just off camera actually.
Oh, you're right. 109.
Just pull it over here. Yeah, so 109, then 110, 111, 112, not 113, 114, and 115.
So we can't go past these, but although I've made it quite obscure now, I assume the pieces we actually can't go past are the doors.
Yeah, which means we can't go anywhere.
Well, we're here,
Yeah.
so we can't go right because there's
Oh,
a
I see.
door
We
here.
can't go right, so we can go left.
we have to
Where
go-
are we trying to get to?
I don't know, but we
It
have
says
to
on the
start
back
off
of that
going there,
thing.
don't
Yeah.
we?
Should we have a look on the back of the note because it tells us, doesn't it, where to get to?
Right. It says, make sure you have permission to go to the toilet. Steal the key to the dean's office from the janitor. So we need to go to the janitor, so that's here.
Okay. Oh, are we allowed another hint?
Yeah, but we don't need it yet.
Okay.
We're not stuck, are we?
No, absolutely
So we
not.
go to the janitor,
Yeah.
then enter the dean's office and call for Mr. Collins. Okay, so where's the dean? And we go to the dean's
Straight
office,
up
which is
there.
up here.
Then call for Mr. Collins.
But we can't go past here because we'd see
Can't
you go past that door.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's it.
the
that
rest
stage.
of you flee from the school as soon as Mr. Collins makes his way towards the dean's office. Draw the shortest escape route. Be careful. Do not walk past doors belonging to classrooms. Oh, well, see, maybe he could walk. Where's the escape route? The shortest escape route is for them is.
Is it from the dean's office? Because they've gone to the dean's office to summon Mr. Collins.
Well, the shortest escape route is down to here, right?
It's down there. But there you'd have to go through the door of 102.
What?
So you'd have to go past the door of room 102 if
No,
you're going
that's-
that way.
Oh, with this door here.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to go up round here. Oh, so wait, how do you get out of the building then? Do you have to go through the?
How do you get out of the
Do
building?
you have to go through the courtyard? And then out here? No, you can't go
But you
past
can't.
here. You can go along here though, right? I think you go to the dean. I think they have to go along here. It says the shortest route.
Yeah.
So the shortest route actually for them would be up here. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn this bit. Perhaps they have to go here.
Hang on, so it says the rest of you flee from the school as soon as Mr. Collins makes his way towards the dean's office. So it must be from the detention room.
Yes. Draw the shortest escape route. So we're
Right.
actually drawing an escape route.
So we're still going from the... Yeah, okay,
So
so we're going from the classroom we're in.
So we'll ignore the route I've already drawn, but it may actually be correct, because... No, they have to go here.
That's to the dean's office,
Here.
and
Then they're not actually going to the dean's office themselves,
no,
are they?
No.
And then they can't... You can't go up here, because you can't get past this door.
Yeah.
And to get to this one. And they can't go here to get to this one, because it's through the gym, and there's someone in there. And they can't get to this one, because to get to here, you'd have to go past this door into 102. So they must go across here.
Oh, hang on, there's a corridor round the back of the courtyard, so maybe they go into the courtyard.
Yeah, no, that's why I started to draw here.
Oh,
I think they must go through the courtyard.
Yeah, go into the courtyard and then along the top.
And then, well, I think they have to go across here. They can't go along the top because that door's open. They must go across here.
And then across.
Yeah, so I think we've drawn... Oh, and the
it's a parallelogram.
It's a parallelogram, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shortest route is here, right?
Nice!
So we've drawn a parallelogram.
Love that.
So the answer to this bit is a... Okay, so the shortest route is... So the answer to this bit is a parallelogram.
That's parallelogram.
So we can put that in. So the last key is this, for sure.
That's that.
So I'll put that into the Challenger code. You can't see, but...
And does it give you a noise if it's wrong, or do you only... Is
You
it
only
when
get
you
it
put
when
the-
you're all four
okay.
in, yeah.
And we think the sponge is...
And we think the sponge is that... Well, I don't know.
Make sure that you have the password.
That's
Save
number
the
two. The
office,
sponge is number two. So we think
And we
that's
think
a
that's
circle.
just a circle.
Because there's a circle
There's
on
a circle on there, and there's a circle on the
quite
sponge.
a prominent
just
circle on the
here.
sponge. So we'll put
Yeah.
the circle
I'm pretty confident
in
about that.
number two. 'cause
I feel
that's
good about that.
Step 2 of the game. Step 2 of this escape plan. Number 3 was steal the key to the dean's office from the janitor.
Enter the dean's office and call
For me, using the intercom. So we need to find
for Mr. Collins.
which is the correct
using the
key. Are they on the
intercom.
back of here?
Where's the intercom? Is that on there?
I
Call
don't know.
for Mr. Collins using the intercom.
Is it here? It must be this. Oh, do the keys correspond to the rooms on the map? Is there like a direct correspondence between rooms? I think there is, isn't there? Like 113, 114, Gap 115, Teacher's Lounge.
Oh, well done.
112,
Yeah.
Dean, then 108, 110. So what key do we need? Enter the Dean's office.
And call for
Steal the key to the Dean's office.
Okay.
So the Dean's office must be this one.
The square.
Is it a square?
Yeah. It's
It is
really
a square.
small.
So that's number 3, right?
Yeah, number 3.
So number 3 must be a square. So let's find a square key.
Little
put
square
it in
one.
here.
Put it in there.
Alright.
Oh, great.
And now what?
And then we've got to make a paper aeroplane.
Oh, so step 1 was fold the plan into a paper plane and throw it towards your friends. Do you want to do that?
No, you do it.
Alright, well we think that the 1 is... I'm going to fold away
You're
so I
going
can
to do a
carry
mountain
on.
fold.
Yeah, well it should be an inward fold. It should be an inward fold really for
Oh,
paper
yeah,
airplane.
look. And then they
Yeah.
join up.
It should definitely be an inward fold. And I guess it's going to look like
It
a
says
shape.
throw it at your friends.
Well, that bit's optional. That's just for fun.
Oh, is it?
I mean, it's to distract him in the story, perhaps. 2, 3, and then, or maybe I'm wrong.
Is it going to reveal something?
And then 4.
Oh, there you go, look.
A triangle, and
Yeah.
it's got an underline.
So we know that it
So-
faces
so
that
that's
way.
the paper airplane from above. So we put a triangle in, and it faces that way.
That
and now
way.
that should be the solution. Is that zoomed out all the way? No.
Was that supposed to take us an hour?
No, this is the first part of 3.
Oh.
This is the starting point.
I thought we'd absolutely smashed it. I don't know if you can see the time on there, but it says 44 minutes.
Oh, right, I was wondering. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So then...
Hey, that's the right sound.
Yay!
So, now we can take the keys out and go on to
Right.
the next stage of the game.
With a new envelope.
Yes,
New
so
stationery.
I don't know whether we need this bit still. I'll put them here. Occasionally you do need I mean, sometimes in these games you do
You
need
need a bit
them.
more.
Yes, so there are 2 more envelopes. That's part 1
How
we finished
fun!
with.
Magic
There's
Monkey.
A part 2, and there is later a part 3.
Part 3.
Right, so let's go to part 2.
Okay, let's do it.
Right, part 2, the house.
Ooh.
Having arrived at Natalie's old home, you take a careful look around.
The area around the house has been transformed into a giant construction site that is surrounded by a fence and a long rope that blocks the driveway. They've even built a large parking lot in the middle of the big garden, which is now filled with an array of excavators and other construction vehicles. Close by the driveway, you see an improvised construction shack from which laughter and music is emanating.
Apparently, the construction workers are enjoying a cup of coffee while mentally preparing themselves for the destruction of the house. I don't suppose they're really preparing much. You all take another good look at the house. There appears to be an open window on the second floor. That could be your way in. You devise a rather bold plan and get started. First step, making sure you are not stopped by the construction workers. Well, you could ask for their help.
You could, I suppose, but it's much more fun to sneak into a window. So that's how they knew that this particular statue was being destroyed in an hour, because the house is being destroyed in an hour.
Yes, but it's a bit odd thing to know when you're in detention class, the exact time of the demolition of your missing classmate's old house.
Incredibly specific.
Part 2, break into Natalie's old home. So we
Okay.
are expecting, before... Do not open before you're ready. Yep, okay.
Okay.
We're expecting all these things, but that's a lot. So we will
is a
tip
lot.
everything out.
Do you want to start pushing them out?
Ooh, shoelace.
Ooh, a shoelace.
Right, so we've laid out all the parts. Now let's check if we've got everything we need. What do we
Okay,
need,
let's have a
Laura?
look. So we need 7 construction vehicles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, and
yeah.
they're labelled with numbers. What fun.
Oh, yes, they are.
Except
aren't
for one.
Except for this one.
Is that
Okay.
number 7? Is it upside down?
No, I don't think
Are they
so.
not double-sided?
No.
Curious. Okay, 3 excavator parts.
Oh, that must be these, which
Must
have
be
got
those.
numbered dials on, and I think these are blank on the back as well.
Okay, cool. Parking lot.
Parking lots.
Oh, that must be
Oh,
that.
that's this. Okay, sure. Are you sure? Yeah, it looks
yeah.
like a parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the vehicles in it.
It's got them on it. It's
Yeah.
got the shadows of them on it. Chain lock maze, which must be that.
There's the chain lock.
Natalie's old home. Is that what this is? Is that the blueprint of it?
Yeah, I guess this is her old home here. The plan of action.
That's the plan. Oh no, this must be Natalie's old home.
No, that's the construction workers'
Oh
office.
gosh, it is. Where's Natalie's old home?
Let's carry on reading.
Construction shack.
That's what this is.
And the
then
rope.
The rope, which looks suspiciously like a shoelace.
It does look like a shoelace. Wait, so this is Natalie's old home then?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything on the other side?
No. It's blank.
Ooh.
Apart from a picture of a paperclip.
Okay.
So there's an instruction here which gives us, I think, an ordering for the 4 keys we're going to need.
Right,
So
let's
4
have a look.
puzzles we're going to solve.
It's quite small
I should
writing,
say,
isn't it?
yeah, it's very small. I should say, we've got this huge, great big plastic contraption in the box. With electronics, why not have slightly larger props or nicer bits of paper? Look at the quality of this. I just never understand that when I look at
I
these.
feel like if I was
products.
small and pushing those out, then they would get squashed
Oh
immediately.
yeah, or torn.
Or perhaps indeed as an
But
adult.
weirdly, this
That's
is
really thick cardboard.
a thick bit of cardboard.
Perhaps
What
we
is
have to
the
do
point
something
of
with
that?
it.
Well, there must
Oh, I
be
bet
a
we have to
reason.
wrap the shoelace around it.
Right.
It's got little grooves
yes,
on the
yes,
outside.
you're absolutely right. Oh, it came creased. That wasn't me being
Okay.
clumsy. It has a code with red, blue, and purple numbers
Fun.
and letters. And yes, you're absolutely right. Look, clearly, the shoelace is
we'll be doing a
going
bit
to
of wrapping.
wrap around it in some way. That's
What
why it's
fun.
made of cardboard. Fine.
Okay, so we've solved
So,
that mystery.
yeah,
But
let's look at-
unfortunately, hasn't got us any further in the story.
No, what's the plan of action?
What
Laura?
is the plan of action? Well, Gareth, I was just thinking that we should lock up the construction workers by tying a rope around their... Okay, they told us instantly. Around their construction shack in such a way that there's no exit left over for them.
Wow.
Don't forget to tie a knot. That seems totally brutal.
So I guess the leftover underline probably means that there's a symbol not covered.
Yes, maybe.
Because there's symbols on here. I'm presuming the symbol that's not covered is the key we want.
Okay. And it says stealing an excavator from the parking lot. In order to do this, we would first need to move all the other vehicles except for one vehicle. The vehicles can only be moved forwards or backwards.
So that's the classic escape the car from a rectangular area game.
Okay, love that. And then number 3, one of us goes and sits in the bucket of the excavator.
Okay.
Another then operates the vehicle and puts it in the correct position, mystery, so that the one in the bucket is able to climb through the open window.
So we're going to be arranging these parts on the building here
In
and
such a
turning
way.
them that we can read numbers or something.
That sounds cool. And then that person then lets the others through the front door, which has probably been locked from the inside using Natalie's special chain lock, which hole could be used to unlock it.
That's this.
Right.
Right. Well, let's start by tying up the construction
Let's start
workers.
by
Do you want to
tying
have a
them
go
in.
with that?
Yeah. What does it actually say? Lock up the construction workers by tying a rope and
Around their construction shack so that there's no exit.
no exit left over.
So where are the exits? So the exits are here.
and
where's
the
other
windows
exit?
are there.
Oh yeah, and there.
And they've got handles on.
And here, and here.
And there and
so you need
there.
to wrap the rope around it
And
such
it
a way
looks
that-
like you could also
Oh
exit
yeah,
there
there's
as
a
well.
key, there's a hand there, isn't there?
Right, so if we start... It doesn't say we start and end. Oh, you have to tie a knot in it.
What?
It says you have to tie a knot.
Does it?
Doesn't it? Don't forget to tie
Tying a
knot.
rope. Oh, don't forget to tie knots.
Yeah,
How are you going to do that?
don't know. Right, so I've covered that first one.
Yeah.
Then if we do that, that covers the second one there.
It's going to be diagonal, isn't it?
And the front door, yeah. What if it's...
Like that, yeah, that
and then
works.
and then covers... And then what does that cover over there? Still covers
that
the door.
last one missed,
and then...
but if that last one went at an angle, turn it back over to the other side. If this one goes across to here,
Like that.
or to there even, so it covers the window.
And then tie it in a knot. Yeah, that's got everything. So we've got that window, this vent. Let's say I've tied it up there.
Yeah, and then
and
all the symbols. Is that? Can we see that?
Yeah, covers this window here, this window there, and this there.
And turn it over and show us the other side because it's not necessarily on camera.
And the only symbol
We've
that
covered
is
here, here, and here. The only symbol not covered at all is the triangle that way. Right?
Hooray! That was clever.
So
Or
the solution to the first one is this.
Hooray!
I'll put that into
Smashed
code.
it. Right.
One.
Done
So
with the
we don't know it's
construction
correct yet, but I'm sure it is.
I feel confident.
I think
feel
we can
good.
move that out of the way now.
We can
don't
move
it?
that. Okay, so number 2, it says, I don't know if you can't really read that on screen. It's really mini.
Seen an excavator from the parking lot. We first need to move all the other vehicles except for one, and that's underlined, so that's the one.
That's the one that we want to use.
Yeah, and it can only move backwards and forwards. So the first thing we need to do is
Backwards and
put all the
forwards.
vehicles on here.
Okay, so we've put them all on there, and I'm excited about moving them around. And in really unbelievably minuscule writing, it says, steal this one. So we're stealing the one that doesn't have a number on it.
Yes. In order to do this, we need to move all the other vehicles except for one. So...
Are you good at these?
No, well, I have been in the past, but I'm
Okay.
not saying I am now. So we need to get something out. It's such flimsy paper. I'm a bit afraid we're going to lose all the pieces as we play, so I'm going to have to keep my hand on it.
So I'm presuming here that we have to leave all the other ones in the parking lot.
No, you can slide them out the exits. So that's the way the game works.
Oh,
so
right.
you can move that. Well, that's not the way the game works. I think it's the way this game works. Doesn't it say we have to get rid of all of them apart from one?
Is it? Let's have a look. What does it say?
I'm wary of moving this.
Yeah, I also don't want to breathe too much in case we blow them out of
Yeah.
position.
You need to first move all the other vehicles. Oh, it says move all the other
Yeah,
vehicles.
because I feel like stealing it is taking it out.
Yes,
so
yes,
we
yes,
can't
yes,
let
yes.
any of the
Oh,
other ones
you're right.
leave. And can they only move forward or backwards?
Is this the
do you think?
standard? Is it what it says? They can move forward or backwards.
Or does it say that?
Yeah, so then we move that up here, I guess. God, this is so fiddly.
Yeah.
And then, yes, and then we can move. Is that moving that back? We can move this back.
So we can move
Is that a separate one? Yeah.
Gosh, this is... It's not really coming across on camera, but this is
You can
incredibly
move that
fiddly.
forward and that up, back up to here.
Yeah.
And then I can move this to here.
Yeah.
And then if I move that to here,
You could move...
I can move this down.
Yeah.
So the only one I don't need to move is number 1.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then just can drive out.
And then drive it out.
So the answer is 1. So we find a key with 1 on it.
Oh, yes. I was thinking how are we finding the
Put
answer
it-
and what we're
put it
finding.
here. Right. So that was actually not a hard.
That was pretty
puzzle in the
straightforward.
end.
I had thought for some reason that the one that we were stealing or the way that we were stealing it would reveal the number, not
Oh,
the
right,
fact it was the
okay.
numbered excavator.
Right.
Good. One of us goes and sits in the bucket of the excavator.
Right. So
Another
that's
one
here.
then operates the vehicle and puts it in the correct position so that the one in the bucket is able to climb through the open window.
Right, now these aren't reversible. My God, they're hard to pick up because they're so thin. Because they aren't reversible, I assume the red goes on the red. I
Yeah.
assume the blue goes on the blue.
Yeah.
I assume the purple goes on the purple.
Yeah. And
So we need to find the position to put this here.
earlier we had a look at this sort of decoder type thing.
Oh.
And it's got
Ah.
red, blue, and purple. I forgot the word for purple briefly there.
It's purple.
It's purple. It's purple.
And then it's
isn't
going
it?
to give us a letter, and
Then
the
it's gonna
letter
give
will
us
choose a key.
a letter.
Because each key has got a letter on it. So we need to find the combination of angles, read the numbers off.
Okay.
Right, so this... I
That
reckon-
allows us to
yeah.
go into the bucket.
Well, let's work backwards. He needs to be here, right?
Yeah.
That needs to be here. And that needs to be there. So it's roughly that, right?
Yeah, so that needs to be... I feel like you could there's some flexibility. I think because the pieces don't stay still. I feel like it would be quite easy
Well,
to...
you can be roughly correct, can't you?
Yeah, I
See what
guess
numbers
so.
you've got. So, for example, I reckon 384.
So there are different options on here, and 384 is one of them. And
I can't see
sorry.
that.
So 384
Yeah.
gives us C.
That
on
must
there.
be it. Look, 3,
3,
8,
8,
4.
4.
And then
yeah,
he's
yeah.
lined up at the window. So that
He's
gives us
beautifully
key
lined up.
C. Was C the one I held up in the example?
It was definitely that window, wasn't it? The top floor window.
Oh. That's a good question.
Yeah, it says underneath. One of us sits in it, and then well, we've got 384 in our minds. Let's just move it. Climb
what-
through the open window. Yeah, and it's open at the top.
Is it open?
Yeah, there's a gap there where there isn't one here.
Oh, it's not an open out. It's an
No,
open
no, no.
up.
It's an open. It's a slash
So we
window.
put C in the
Put C in there.
in the next slot here.
Okay.
Right, that gives us the last section
Fun.
4. That person then lets the others in through the front door, which has probably been locked from the inside, using Natalie's special chain.
Oh yes, Natalie's special chain lock.
Which hole should we use to unlock it? So,
Is there only one you can get to?
well, first of all, it has to be one that the chain will stretch to, I suppose. But
Yeah.
where will they get to?
They can
No,
get
they
to
can get to
5.
all of them.
They can get to all of them.
Yeah. I guess it has to be one with a length. Do we draw a circle from here? Like, is the maximum stretch of the chain presumably a circle arc, right? I didn't draw it very neatly, but it's got to be a circle of this length, right?
Right. So it's got to be within there.
So it'll be roughly within that. It can't go past those points,
Can't
right?
go past those points.
Maybe a tiny bit further, because that perhaps isn't a perfect circle. But I'm just working out the length of the chain.
But then how do you know when it's totally locked?
You just need to find an exit. I think it's 1, because look, it can go up,
Right.
across, and then it can go just inside that arc to get to 1. Whereas it can't get to 3 at all, because it would have to go past it.
But it could get to 6,
Can't get to
it?
4. How would it get to 6? It would have to go past here. No, because that's definitely out the... Well,
You think so?
yeah. No, I'm not entirely certain. It could possibly get to 6 as well. But I was quite conservative. This we can measure it, couldn't we?
But it's the same as 1, really, isn't it? Because you've got to go basically on the curve to get to 1.
Well, hang on. So the length of the chain is 6 centimeters.
Okay.
So is that point here more than 6 centimeters from there? No, it's not.
It's not, so it could get to 6, but could it get to 1?
Oh, maybe it couldn't
No,
get
it
to
couldn't
1.
get to 1, but it can get to 6.
Because my curve went too far.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it can get to 6, but not to 1. So,
So
we think the answer's 6.
We think it's 6.
All right.
Okay.
Moment of
I'm
truth.
excited.
Let's see if it's right. This is 6 going in.
Yay!
Hey!
Oh, such good validation. I'm really into that.
It's really annoying when it goes. Right. Okay.
Okay, super. And then we do it again.
And now we've got one section left of the game.
Oh, I really like these. These are really fun.
So this is part 3 of
Part
Magic
3.
Monkey.
Magic Monkey.
Right. Okay.
Let's have a look.
Although we've been chatting away a lot, I don't know if you can see, but it's got 27 minutes left on there.
So
we paused to like lay those bits of
we
paper
did.
out. So if you watch the video back, and there will have been less time elapsed than that, but it's not because we're cheating. Do not open before you've entered the second correct code.
But we've done that because we smashed it.
Yeah.
Well done us.
So
Okay.
part 3, the room.
Except for a thin layer of dust and some cobwebs, Natalie's room hasn't changed a bit since you were last here. Her parents have apparently left the room unchanged. It contains too many memories of their lost child. How long's she been missing for?
But also, aren't they about to?
Demolish the house?
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
There's lots of questions.
Lots of questions.
Yeah.
While you are going through the room, you are suddenly startled by strange drumming noises that appear to be coming from the closet. You try... You try to open it, but it is locked. Together, you search the rest of the room and find Natalie's diary. Perhaps it will contain some information on her whereabouts and the mysterious drum sounds.
Or you could force the cupboard open.
I guess you could, but maybe you wouldn't want to if there's mysterious drumming sounds coming from inside.
I mean, to be honest, if you've just negotiated using an excavator without having locked the builders away, I'm pretty sure you could go nick their screwdriver.
Yeah. You've definitely made a scene at some point, haven't you? Okay.
Anyway, solve the mystery by recreating Natalie's last known steps.
Oh, what if she's in the wardrobe just playing the drums?
It's a bit all Chronicles of Narnia, isn't it?
It is. Or I was going to say Jumanji, actually.
Well, yeah, it makes.
But there's nothing to do with the wardrobe.
There is actually a Jumanji version of this game as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so we're expecting
Various bits.
Bits of Natalie's house. A room, page of Natalie's diary, which I actually feel is quite disrespectful to read, but I suppose we're trying to find her. So,
Well, that's respectful. Here's her room.
so that's Natalie's room.
Right.
Page of Natalie's diary.
That's this.
This looks like that.
So that detaches.
That
In
detaches.
fact, more than that, it presses out.
Oh.
Right.
Don't really feel like they needed to have that pressed out.
It doesn't add a huge amount, does
No,
it?
it doesn't. And
Unless
is it
you
double-sided
fold it up
or it's
or
got a
something.
mat?
It's got a picture with bits on, yeah.
And it matches her room. And then we're looking for the drums and the monkey statue as well. So the monkey statue's there.
Yes, monkey statue, and it's got writing on, and the ER symbol meaning we need to use the
decoder.
what is clearly.
Is that Pigpen?
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
You're
Pig
welcome.
pen. Pig pen code.
Fun.
Double-sided monkey.
Double-sided monkey.
Tail.
Good band name, that. Double-sided monkey.
And this is the.
And there's the drums.
These are the drums, African drums, and their sounds.
Which is actually a window from
Denbo
a
boom
computer.
tap. Perhaps I should not read these out. Oh, and they're underlined. Look, so we can zoom in on here. So there are letters. Oh, one of the letters. Oh no, there's an L.
Oh.
The first letter is underlined on each one.
They are.
And the drums all look different and have different names. And on the back is something else. Knowing Natalie, her password is probably her favourite kind of animal. How do we know which one that is? She has so many animals in her... Oh, so look, underlined how many animals in her room.
Okay.
Will it be snake, elephant, turtle? Anyway. So we've got a picture of her room in the background
Right.
here. Definitely has animals in it. Right, okay, well this is the room. Let's have a good look at this. So
Okay.
there are lots of animals in there. And look, here's the drum noises. Boom, pat,
Ooh.
tang, boom, tong, do.
Wow, okay. Hang on, do we have an ordering for...
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
we've got her diary.
Her
Okay,
diary.
great.
Let's have a look at her diary.
Let's have a look. What does it say?
Dearest diary. It doesn't actually say that.
You can read it out. It doesn't say that.
Shall I do it in a girl's voice?
No.
Last night, okay. Last night I was woken by some very strange drumming noises coming out of my closet.
Ooh.
I tried to open the door but could not remember which key I needed. Then I noticed a pattern in the drum sounds. It almost sounded like the thing in the closet was trying to tell me something.
Dun, dun, dun.
I went on the internet and I found what I was looking for. I managed to open the closet and found a monkey statue I bought from a mysterious woman along a market in Zimbabwe. She said it could fulfill my wishes. If that's true, I'd love to visit the jungles of Kretel. I think we can see what happened here, can't we? So,
Yeah.
and then perhaps because this is a family one, it tells us specifically one, find the computer's passwords. So we know that is to do with the back of this, right? No, it was the back of
Computer's
something.
password
It
was on
this.
there.
That's
yeah.
the one to do with counting animals, I think. 2, decipher the drum sounds, which is clearly this and the drum pictures.
Okay.
3, find out in which part of the room the monkey's missing item is hidden. So presumably we use this then to pick a symbol from the part of the room. And then 4, speak the magic words to the monkey statue.
The
Now
magic
that
words.
is presumably in this pig pen code.
Oh, okay.
And there's an ER symbol here, which refers to the symbols drawn on the codes are here. And I think you can see here there's the pig pen code, so you can convert the symbols. So, for example, a down arrow is an S. So you can convert that into English.
I've never used Pigpen before.
You've never used Pigpen
No,
before?
so I'm looking forward to seeing it work in action.
It's like all substitution ciphers.
It just takes a while.
It just takes a while. That's all really all
You
there is
just got to work
it.
through it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with number 1.
Right, find the computer's password.
Okay.
So that was this.
That's this page, isn't it? And it said, how many animals is underlined on the right?
So her favourite kind of animal. So presumably it's the animal that appears the most frequently.
Do you think so?
Yes. Because otherwise, how would we convert a number to an animal to a number?
Okay, gosh.
Is this the whole picture we can see here? No, let's zoom out.
No, let's zoom out. And
Let's count them.
I was going to say, should we keep a little record of how many of each? So what's the first one on the list?
Snake.
It says snakes.
I've
How many
written down
snakes
snake.
are there? I can see one here. 1, 2.
I think maybe we'll just have to zoom in, I think.
Yeah.
Go across.
Okay,
Right,
so we're looking for snakes.
Let's just... Monkeys. There's a snake here.
Yeah.
1. Is that the one you counted?
Yeah, so there's one. There's another one on the wall behind.
Where?
A picture just there.
2.
2.
Sock snake. That doesn't count. 2.
2.
I think there's just 2.
Okay, 2 snakes.
Right, and what
Should we
was the
put
next?
2 next to snake?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
And then what was the next animal?
It's on there. On the internet password.
Elephant.
So elephant next. Okay.
Let's start over here.
Yeah, so we've got 1, 2
2
on the
here,
shelf. Got 1 in a drawing.
Where's the one in the drawing?
Just behind her desktop.
3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Any others? Not that we can see.
3 elephants.
3 elephants. Okay, the next one to look for is
Turtle.
turtle.
There are quite a few turtles here.
Yeah, and there's some on her bed, aren't there?
Yeah, there definitely was.
There's no pictures
I
of
say there were a lot, but maybe there weren't.
turtle.
Turtley also, dude. There's a turtle here
oh,
on the
maybe
bed.
just one turtle. Wow, did we just imagine loads of turtles?
Yeah, maybe, because I saw it on the bed and I was like, I must make note of that.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, so
one
turtle's
turtle.
not her favourite.
Probably not that though.
And then we've got lions.
Lion.
I'm not lying, there's a few here. You don't
1.
have to laugh. 1. There's quite a lot of monkeys, I'm noticing.
Oh, there's a turtle there. Subtle turtle.
Oh, yes, there's 2 turtles.
2 turtles.
So 1 lion here. And there's a lion on the wall here. 2.
Yeah. And
It's a lion on the wall. And this is 2.
just 2 lions.
Right, now, monkey. There were loads of monkeys.
Do you feel like there are loads of monkeys?
Well, there's
we
one
said that
here.
about turtles. Yeah.
That might be a monkey. We won't count it though.
No,
One monkey.
one there. Then there's another monkey hanging there. Two.
Maybe there aren't loads of monkeys.
What's wrong with us? Why do we keep thinking we're seeing... I think because there's loads of animals. Okay, so there's 2 monkeys, 2 lions.
Psychological things. And then the last animal I asked you about is a giraffe. So there's one here.
Oh yeah, there's one behind.
2.
And then there's 2 up here.
4.
4 giraffes.
3, 4.
Any additional giraffes?
Well, it's still the winner by 4.
Okay, so we think it's giraffe.
I think it's a giraffe, yeah.
Okay, and on our sheet, there's
These are all birds on the sheet.
Yeah, maybe that's what we saw. And
there's a panda here.
Yeah, lots of pandas. There's another panda sticker elsewhere.
So we ended up getting, of the things on here, we reckon, we may not be correct, but we reckon there's 2 snakes, 3 elephants, 2 turtles, 2 lions, 2 monkeys and 4 giraffes, which means we've got F for the first bit, yeah?
Okay.
Right, let me find a key which says F on it. Here. Right?
Yeah.
Let's put F in.
It's the first one they know.
Oh, that's a pretty good point, Laura.
That's all right. I'm here to help.
Can you imagine that you solve the puzzle, and I've probably done this before, and you like, it doesn't work, and then someone else is like, yeah, but you're putting it in the wrong slot.
Put it in backwards, yeah, I've definitely done that before, I'm sure. Right.
Right. Next up.
So next up is decipher the drum sounds in order to find the closet key.
Right, okay, so we've
decipher
got
them.
boom. Okay, so which is boom?
They all got they're all different noises, they say.
So this is 1, boom, pack. I'm looking at the boys here.
Yeah.
2, pack is 2. 3 is
Or do you think it goes down?
Well, it's hard to know. Maybe we just need to select them. Perhaps they make a shape.
Yeah, maybe.
But let's just write on them anyway. I will do left to right for
Okay.
now. Tan, just so I can keep track of what's there. 3. 4 is boom.
Boom again.
Shake the room. Oh,
So
right,
that was
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Tong, 5.
5.
And do, 6. So if we were to shade them in, we'd have that one, that one, and that one. I don't think that helps, does it?
Not really, no. It doesn't.
But they have letters underlined.
They do. So they've got
What
their
do those
own...
letters say? There's a C. I'll
Oh,
just
maybe
write
if
this
we
down
read
here.
them.
Let's write this down. It's my
So C,
score.
what's underlined in 2?
I.
C,
I'm just
I.
going to say
What about
circle.
3?
It's circle.
Okay, but can we do it bit by bit then?
3 is R.
Ooh, I wonder what it's going to spell.
4 is C.
Oh, interesting.
5 is L.
So circle.
6 is E.
Oh, circle. Okay,
So it's
great.
circle, and that's based on the underline. That is reading left to right. Then.
Yeah, the writing is very, very small on these. I will say that you've got to have smashing eyesight because
so
even when
it's one
zoomed
letter
in,
underlined.
yeah.
Circle. So anyway, circle.
Cool. Circle.
So we'll find a circle.
Great. Do you want me to do it? I haven't
Go
put any
ahead.
of them in. There's the circle on the top. Oh, and then
And then you knock the camera.
and then I knock the camera. Should we straighten it up, or is it that's not straight? There we go.
Right.
Okay.
And then number 3.
What was that?
Number 3. Find out in which part of the room the monkey's missing item is hidden.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen the monkey's missing item.
What is the monkey's missing item?
There.
Oh.
It's got this jewel.
Yes, it's got a jewel. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Well done.
Pays to observe. So
So-
triangle.
That is the backwards facing. It's the bottom
Because
left.
it's on that sort
It's
of the
not
bottom
this-
shelf we
it's-
can fully see.
This triangle here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's number 3. Done.
Okay. And finally, last but not least, we decode this, right?
Okay.
Speak the magic words to the monkey statue.
Okay. So Pigpen I've never used before, but you seem au fait with it.
Yeah.
So it takes us over here.
It's this code
What
here,
else
which is
is on
quite
there?
hard to keep up. Well, there's other codes depending on
Oh,
what it
number
needs. There's
codes and Morse.
There's an intersection table.
Do they
here.
all have those on?
Yeah, they're all identical.
Oh, cool.
There's also like a wiggly line thing on the back. Some of them have things that push out and go on here.
Oh, wow.
And then I think I've used this code once in some of the other games of this type.
Nice.
Right, so let's decode this. So let's look on the decode decoder. Here is the pig pen, and the way it works is you get different symbols. So say for example you've got a symbol like this, and then that corresponds to the corner of this area here. So that gives you an A. And you've got this symbol here, it corresponds to a B. And if they've got a dot in it, or a dot in any position, it corresponds to the one over here. These are shown with multiple dots. But I mean, you can just if there's a dot in it, it's the second chart. If it's not a dot, it's the first chart.
So does it work a bit like an alphabet, or can you move the letters around?
No, they literally it's defaults to like this. It's always like this.
Okay.
So that's an E, for example, here, and if it had a dot in it, it would be an N. I mean, in this case, it's got 4 dots, but it doesn't matter. As long as there's a dot, it's the second one. And then you've got the remains of the alphabet with these symbols. So, for example, if it's this,
That's an S.
it's an S, not
Right.
a V. And if it's upside down, ironically, that's a V. And then again, if they've got dots in, oh, I can't draw neatly. If they've got dots in, it's the second table here. So, for example, that unneatly drawn down arrow with a dot would be a W.
Nice. But if you were a spy and you wanted to encode things differently, you could put different letters in those positions, couldn't you?
Well, I suppose you could, but the point of the
For the
standard
purposes of
code-
explanation.
Well, no, that's how I've never seen it work with any other way, but
Yeah.
yes. So now we can work out what this wants.
Okay.
So do you want to read the letters to me and I'll write them down?
Yeah.
So first
see if
is
I can do it.
S.
So S, A,
A, Y,
Y,
say.
Y. What's
It's an O.
O, U.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess R.
I'm going to guess R2.
D,
Yes.
E, S, T, I. Is that going to be destination?
Probably, yes.
N, A,
T.
T. I'm just using it to confirm my theory now. I,
It is, I've confirmed it. Destination.
Okay.
And then the next line is
B, A, C.
backwards. Yeah?
Backwards. K.
Say your destination backwards
Say your
and I will
destination
take you there.
backwards.
What is our destination?
Oh, it said we're going to that particular jungle, aren't we?
Oh, Qatar. That was a weird name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why it's a weird name. Okay, let's have a look.
Okay, what does it say? The jungles of...
Oh, it's letter C, backwards. It's got an exclamation.
I was thinking
It's got
letter.
an it's got an exclamation on the end, but it's letter C.
C.
All right, so let's find letter C.
How did we not get that? Letter C.
Cretel. I was like,
Cretel.
well, because I was concentrating on the fact that it was very close together, an L and an exclamation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I made sense of it.
And I absolutely would have tried to go to
Here's a letter C.
letter. Perfect. So let's
Right,
put that in.
let's see.
And then is this it?
Well, it should be. We'll soon find out.
Do we get a special noise of solving absolutely everything?
If it's correct. There we go. Now this time involves us pausing to go out of the room for a bit and setting stuff up and so on. I actually think we made quite good progress on that.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We have solved, what is it called? This.
Magic Monkey.
Magic Monkey.
I'm so into that.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? So
Yeah, I
that's
really enjoyed
that's the
that.
first game in this. The escape room,
The game.
the game family edition box.
Okay.
And there are 3 in here. Each gives you 60 minutes to escape.
That's awesome. Are the adult ones much harder?
No, not really.
Okay, but they work on the same premise.
They are very similar. Yeah, the earlier ones they did tended to give you one puzzle perhaps per envelope, and that puzzle would maybe be more involved, and then you would get a set of keys that would give you like a 4-digit number,
Right.
or whatever. But then after a bit, they switched to having separate puzzles, and then a puzzle,
Okay.
or maybe sometimes not a puzzle, like unless it was explicit for the ordering.
Nice.
But of course, the trouble with that is that if any of those 4 puzzles are hard, or
Yeah.
uncertain, you're not sure the answer.
Yeah, if you lose a stage or something halfway through, then you
Yeah,
get
well, then
one of the
you
digits
don't know
or...
what to try, and you lose a minute every time you put the pieces in incorrectly. So, for example, say you're not sure of an answer of 3 of them, you've got 2 options for each, and it's actually immediately it's 8 options to try.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's assuming that it works, because occasionally I have found with these that, because presumably these are made pretty cheaply, a verification doesn't necessarily read the key very reliably.
Oh, no.
So you're fairly, I've just started going again,
Oh,
but
no.
you're fairly sure you're correct, and you put it in and it beeps, and then you're like, I'll do it again, and it works.
And it does it. Okay,
Yeah.
intriguing.
So there we go. I enjoyed that. It's the first time you've ever solved one of these
That's the first
escape
time I've
room
ever
games, isn't
It
it?
is, and I feel like doing a family edition was probably a good way to like get into it, because
Yeah.
the puzzles were quite easy and it was easier to understand the concept of how everything fits together. I feel like if I was a family doing this for the first time and I'd never solved one of these boxes before, it would take me a long time to figure out what I was meant to be doing, I think, with the keys. Or maybe it wouldn't. Maybe the hints would help.
Oh, the key. When you say what to do with the keys, you mean what
Or
do you mean?
just the sort of premise of the game, that you've got to get all the keys in the right order and working out what all the symbols are, because I know that you knew that there were symbols and
Well,
stuff
to be
like
fair,
that.
it does come with an explanatory leaflet.
Yeah.
that-
But even then, I feel
Well,
like
it talks you through how to use the keys and everything.
Yeah. I told you how to use the decoder.
So I
ones.
didn't show this at the start, but it does show how it does kind of explain quite clearly how it works and gives you tips if you're stuck.
Yeah.
It says it's suitable for children. Let's just actually show this. It can be played with children aged 10 and up. When playing with children aged 10 to 14, is it advised that you supervise the game and play along?
Okay.
which I think is reasonable advice.
And then most children aged 14 and up should be capable of playing the game unsupervised, as should all adults, I would imagine.
That's absolutely fair, I think. And I actually think that's quite a nicely designed game. I do think, though, with all the small pieces and it being fiddly, I can imagine that you'd have to be your children would have to be quite keen.
Dexterous.
Well, they have to be quite focused.
Yeah.
Just pay attention and keep going because it's quite small.
Yeah.
And you can't easily share because it is so small. I mean, you and I sitting together facing forward is fine, but if there are 4 of you, you're not going to be able to say, or 3 of you, you're going to have to struggle to get all around the table to see some of these tiny, small print things.
Yeah, and they are really tiny, actually. I think maybe that would be my only criticism, is that a lot of the text is mini.
And we never read the hint cards.
We didn't, but
And
I do love a red filter.
I don't normally look at the hint cards.
Can we read the first one, now that we've spoiled?
Oh, what's this? Oh, because the answers, they don't often do that.
Oh, answer part C.
Yeah, I've not seen that before.
With the red filter.
If they do, then I've missed it. In other games, that is. So you can obviously read it when you put it in. Answer 4, 1, 5, 6, I think it says.
Oh, right.
It's a lot clearer to me than it is on camera, to be fair.
Oh, yes, it is.
But yes, so for example, hint card. What was the first hint in the game? The first hint in the game would have been...
What would it have said? And that's 5 minutes in theory.
Yeah, carefully read. You can't... This is fuzzy on camera. It's
yeah, but it's really, really clear in real life, yeah.
Carefully read the entire escape plan. When doing this, hold the note upside down in order to be able to decipher the blue numbers and symbols.
I liked that, actually, those
Not
numbers.
necessarily. Yeah, that upside down, perhaps that's not obvious.
I guess it tells you what to do in a way that we're quite used to figuring out what to do because we do this all the time.
I've often find with these hint cards, though, they tell you the things that are reasonably obvious.
Oh, right.
and
not the things that are...
You're probably stuck on,
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then, first of all, we'd be interested to know if you think we should solve some more of these escape room the game ones, probably some of the adult ones. Well, I mean, I think family means adult as well. But,
yeah, definitely.
But I think that's some of those. I think with 4 or 5 things going on, it's quite a lot to take in. You've never done one before, so they're definitely best done with a parent, at least the first time, I think, or an adult, I should say, really. Yeah, if you'd like us to solve any more of these escape room in the game, there are dozens of them available, different ones, different countries, but I have most of them, I think, here.
Do you?
Yeah, and they also have recently done some jigsaw-based ones as well, which don't use the chrono decoder. So I'm quite keen to try some of those. I've got some on the shelf.
Are they big jigsaws?
They're here. Well, no, they're 4 little boxes. Or 6 little boxes inside with jigsaws in, I think.
Oh, fun. I do like a jigsaw.
So, for example, I've just grabbed this off the shelf. Escape room the game Puzzle Adventures. I don't think these are available in Britain where we are yet.
Puzzle Adventures.
But inside the box, I haven't actually tried any of them, but I did take the shrink wrap off this and have a look.
Okay.
Because inside the box there are lots of pieces to push out.
Right. But they're not
These are
the
quite
jigsaw
thick
pieces?
cardboard.
Or are
No.
they the jigsaw pieces?
No, but then there's these boxes. It says do not open them until you're told to do so.
Oh, goodness.
But inside them, there are actual jigsaws to solve, I think, yes.
Oh, so you build it up bit by bit, and then, I mean, as you would
Well,
do with any
I
jigsaw.
don't know. I've not done them.
Oh, maybe we should.
Well, I'm not sure how. I don't know how well known these.
camera.
Well, yeah, exactly. You don't want to sit here watching us solve a jigsaw for ages.
Or maybe you do.
But then you do solve these jigsaws. I mean, of course, there are Exit the Game. We've solved quite a few Exit the Game products.
Yeah.
There are Exit the Game jigsaw games as well. I mean, I think there are 3 of them, but the trouble with that is you've got these quite big jigsaws, and solving on camera is just something you have to do.
It's not really a spectator sport, jigsaw solving, is it? Not
Only
that
if
this
you
is a spectator
only if you
sport.
very much. Well, I think it is, but only if you very much fast forward.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the fun of it, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? And we would be doing it very much in real time, slow motion.
And on those, once you solve the jigsaws, you then can do quite clever things with the jigsaws sometimes, yeah. And of course, there's the Ravensburger series of jigsaw puzzles, which really are just more straightforward jigsaws. Where you create a scene which don't quite match what's on the box because something magical has happened, usually. And then you have to solve little puzzles hidden in them based on getting numbers, which select pieces around the edges of the board that have numbers on.
Okay,
or
that
around
sounds
the
really
edges of the jigsaw.
complicated.
It's not as complicated as it sounds, but some of those puzzles can be quite esoteric.
Okay. Oh, good use of esoteric.
Well, there we go then. If you've got any suggestions for things you'd like us to solve or you'd like to comment in any way, then please do. We'd love to read your comments down below. Post a comment, that would be great. Or like the video, even better. Even better, subscribe even.
Oh, yeah. So you can see all our other videos. Upcoming, past, future, present, and...
Well, I mean, you can see them without subscribing, but hopefully it makes it even easier to find, so
That's true.
please do that. But I guess then all it really remains is for me to say goodbye until I see you in your next video. So, bye-bye.
Bye!